It's 3 a.m., and I'm standing in an airport terminal in a country I barely know, with no flight, no place to stay, and no idea how I'm getting home. I'm staring at the screen, watching the words "flight canceled" flash across it like some cruel joke. And the worst part? I hadn't even thought about travel insurance. If you've ever traveled abroad, you know how everything feels like it's going smoothly until it doesn't. For me, this was one of those moments. Let me set the scene. I had been in Europe for a few weeks, bouncing between countries, eating amazing food, seeing sights I'd only dreamed about. I was living the dream until the very last day of my trip. My flight back home was with a budget airline, the kind that promises you cheap tickets, but somehow delivers all the stress. But hey, it was all I could afford, so I didn't think twice about it. And that's when disaster struck. A freak storm in my layover city delayed my flight. The airport was packed, everyone was scrambling to find other flights, but every option was sold out or ridiculously expensive. After hours of waiting and hoping, I learned my flight was officially canceled. Gone. And this wasn't some minor inconvenience. This was a full-on, you're stuck here with no way home kind of situation. I walked to the customer service desk, but all I got was a lot of apologizing and no solutions. The worst part? There were no more flights to my destination for days. I wasn't just stuck at an airport, though. I was stuck in a foreign country where I didn't speak the language fluently and where I knew barely anyone. I had a hotel reservation I couldn't use because I wasn't anywhere near it, no idea where I was going to sleep, and absolutely no clue how I was going to get home. Panic started to set in. I was in a foreign country, and I had no flight, no way to get back, and to make matters worse, my bank balance was shrinking quickly. I tried calling my travel insurance provider, and that's when it hit me. I had bought insurance, but I'd been too distracted with planning my trip to even think about how it would help me in a situation like this. I felt a mixture of embarrassment and frustration. I had this safety net in place, but I hadn't thought to use it. But then I remembered something. The customer service rep I spoke to had mentioned travel insurance before. "They'll help you," she'd said. So I pulled out my phone, logged into my policy, and reached out to the support team. And that's when things started to turn around. The travel insurance team was like a lifeline. They quickly got in touch with the airline, helped me find an alternative flight, and even arranged for a hotel stay for the night. They didn't just offer solutions, they took control of the situation and made me feel like I wasn't alone. I didn't have to scramble through the airport, trying to figure out my next step. I didn't have to spend the night sleeping on a bench in some foreign terminal. My insurance covered the hotel, and I had a flight out the very next morning. The emotional weight that lifted from my shoulders that night was indescribable. I didn't have to do it all alone, and honestly, I don't know how I would have managed without the support of the insurance team. So here's the thing I want you to take away from this. When you're traveling, it's easy to think you don't need travel insurance, especially if everything is going well. But the moment something goes wrong, it can feel like the world is crumbling around you. If you're like me, you might think I'll be fine. It'll never happen to me. But trust me, when it does, you'll wish you had that safety net. And the good news is, it's not hard to find a plan that actually makes sense and fits your needs. For me, that plan was Insure. I don't say this lightly, but Auras literally saved me that night. I wasn't just covered in the way most insurance policies work. They actually went above and beyond to get me home safely. No drama, no stress, just peace of mind. I can't stress enough how important it is to have reliable coverage while traveling. Whether it's an unexpected flight cancellation, a lost bag, or something worse, having the right travel insurance can be the difference between a nightmare and just a minor hiccup. So if you're planning your next trip, or if you're already out there adventuring, don't overlook this step. Trust me, having that safety net was one of the best decisions I made. You don't have to go through what I did. Learn from my experience and take a minute to check out Insure. I wish I'd known about them sooner, and I really can't recommend them enough. You'll thank yourself later. Trust me,